I am at Cincinnati airport right now. Yeah, I'm looking rough. Guys coming back from Vegas. Like I can't get this piece of my hair to stay down. Like alfalfa out here. Apparently their pool water is really, really strong out there. But I had a blast, and I've been, keeping up with all of the latest news as far as practices go and stuff like that. I was able to see that nice. Ooh, I think I talked about it yesterday. That nice diagram play with Pollard and Zeke. It's been going back and forth. And I know that a lot of fans have been, trying to get on Jalen, bust his chops a little bit on that play, but that wasn't his fault. But that's not what we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about updates specifically, notes that I was able to tabulate based off of, videos that I've seen, articles that I've seen other writers write. Um, yeah, so we're going to dive into this a little bit. Um, the biggest thing that stuck out to me is every time you see Dak complete a pass, you can just see the confidence. Um, you can just see the confidence in his game. He's very comfortable in what he's doing. He's very comfortable in who he's throwing the ball to. Um, he hasn't had Amari Cooper in practice, but you can't even tell. Guys like Noah Brown are making plays. The young boy Reggie Davis making a couple of plays. Um, one of our tight ends is making plays, which I'll touch on a little bit later. But everything, CeeDee Lamb's getting a lot more separation. But it just looks like every pass that's flowing out from Dak's hand just looks like it has the intention of making a big play. So that's very, very good to see coming off this injury. He looks like he's back. He's probably as sharp early in camp that I've ever seen him look. So that's a really good sign because Dak is known really more so than anything as a practice player, and he's doing very well. Um, that's the perfect segue to Dalton Schultz, who made a lot of catches yesterday, a lot of leeway. He's making a case with Blake Jarwin sitting out, well, not sitting out, but on limited snaps and not really getting team drills. But Dalton Schultz is making a statement for that starting tight end job, and that's something that I told you guys before that I was looking forward to really more than anything. A lot of people were really happy about the corner battle and the DB battle, but the one that I specifically circled was the tight end position, and Dalton Schultz is not skipping a beat. Him and Dak are on the same page and a lot of stuff. And you're starting to see Dalton Schultz really be more comfortable in the position to where he's attacking vertically, big time in the big areas in the middle of the field. And that's very, comforting in knowing that because that's where we need to attack. That deep middle part of the field. We need to make every inch of the field a threat. And that's what we haven't had currently, really, more than anything, is the vertical tight end position. So seeing Dalton be able to make some of those plays has been, pretty reassuring. And, maybe it has something to do with the fact that, we're comfortable with the head coach that's already in place with Mike McCarthy. Him and Kellen Moore are, hitting strides with each other and they know what to expect from each other. So we're starting to see more wrinkles, more, things like that. We actually had a real off season with Mike McCarthy. So yeah, I mean, you're starting to see people become more confident and really just um, come into their own. So Dalton Schultz, big up to him. Blake Jarwin probably will be back pretty soon. From what I understand, there's a snap count on him and stuff right now, and he's not. They're trying to ease him back into team things. So a lot of people are probably like, "Well, Dalton Schultz is killing Blake Jarwin." He's really not. He's just really making a statement for Blake having to come back and play well, which we already knew. So let's talk about CeeDee Lamb. We talked about that. We talked about him a little bit in his separation, but every time it looks like he catches the football, it looks like he's 5 yards away from whoever, or he's making a spectacular catch. And I think that you're going to see a big time leap from CeeDee Lamb this year. Um, while I think Amari Cooper probably leads us in yards, um, I think that CeeDee Lamb is going to lead us in catches. I think that he's definitely going to be the guy that we line up in a whole bunch of different places. And He's just gonna beat the mismatch, and that's what you can kind of tell that they're gonna do with him. Last year, they kind of slow rolled him with no off season, and him being a rookie, he still did the things that he was able to do. So I think CeeDee Lamb is prepping for a really big year. So guys, be ready for it. Got a couple comments. Joseph Sandberg says, "Don't sleep on Kelvin Joseph." Yeah, thank you for saying that because I did not write this in my notes, but I read it yesterday that Kelvin Joseph got some work in the nickel position with the ones. Don't say I didn't tell y'all, man. I keep trying to tell y'all. People don't want to hear it, but you know, it was Diggs, Brown on the outside, and Kelvin Joseph in the slot. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Look, my man Jay Lou, man. And here's the thing: I haven't been hearing that much about him. I've heard maybe from day one. I think he had a couple of breakups and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, if it's even with one of these young guys, my man is gone. You know what I'm saying? He's in the fight of his life right now. So yeah, Calvin Joseph, I definitely won't sleep on him. And really, ultimately, if you look at what we've done with the cornerback positions outside of Terrence Newman, for the most part, we do throw him in the slot a little bit early. So yeah, I'm very I look to I want to see more of Kelvin Joseph, more of these young guys, because what I will tell you that I've been seeing a lot, and I like to see more of a training camp live session when I got time, because right now, as you guys can see, I'm at the airport, but yeah, I want to see because it looks like from the clips and things that I've seen, I just see that the wide receivers and the tight ends and stuff are whooping ass. But again, they're not in pads, so it's a little bit different, and it should be like that. What's going on, Reaper? Good morning. Yeah, so yeah, Reaper says I also heard he was on the outside on second team, so they're just looking. Yeah, and yesterday was a day of that, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it's the perfect segue into what I want to talk about next, which is it was a veteran day for Zach Martin yesterday, and so we had a couple of guys that moved around on the offensive line really, just to get a look. So Connor Williams moved to center, which we kind of knew that Connor could play all five positions, but yeah, Connor Williams moved to center, and surprised to me that I didn't know he could play guard, but Brandon Knight played some right guard yesterday, and Connor McGovern was on the left side. So obviously, with linemen, you can kind of shuffle things, just to see what you may need. Remember last year, they, sometimes did some reps with having Zach Martin at tackle, so we knew he could play it, and we knew he could play it coming out of Notre Dame. And he did a pretty damn good job last year when we had to put him in a tackle. So, seeing these types of looks and watching the guys flourish at being able to be versatile has been pretty reassuring. I think that you're going to hear that a lot probably from me. Reassuring. That's probably going to be the word of the off season, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that they have a real off season. They had a real off season with their head coach, and there's a program in place. So I'm liking the things that I'm seeing right now. I don't see sloppy football play. I see a blown coverage, but you're not seeing sloppy football play. You're seeing guys that are competing, and it just looks like a football team. It doesn't look like over the last couple of years where it was just a Hollywood uh, type atmosphere. It looks like a football atmosphere. Tyron Smith is Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith has been Tyron Smith. I've seen Tyron Smith dominate Randy Gregory. I've seen him dominate Anai. I've seen him dominate Parsons. Hopefully, my man is back, man, because what I'm seeing from the line right now, what I'm seeing from the receivers, what I'm seeing from Zeke, I think that this team could be the 2016 team all over again. The team that we were hoping it would be for years. I think that they're gonna show up and be that to form this year. But we'll see. Here's another update. Amari Cooper and D-Law are expected to come back and join practices before the team moves practices back to the Texas area. So that's good to know. For those that are wondering about that, I read up on that. Jerry Jones made a statement about it. Um, I see. Reaper says, yeah, that's why they're trying. Rasha at secondary. We're bringing in Hooker because they're very nervous with the free safety. Absolutely, we should be nervous with the free safety. I wish they drafted like they were nervous about the free safety. But yeah, I'm hoping that Hooker does come in because I think that Hooker is better than Casey. And I think that Hooker is an actual real safety. And we haven't really addressed safety or the free safety position with the real safety. Casey's probably the closest. Clinton Dix didn't really get a chance last year, so we'll see. And I mean that was pretty much I had everything that I had, everything that I observed. Um, things are looking real good right now. I can't wait to see what things look like with pads a little bit more. Some camp fights and some more physicality. I can't wait to see how that plays out. If there's any questions, man, feel free. In the comments, ask any questions. What I might think. Obviously, I'm not at Oxnard. I would love to be there, but I got to gear up for my own thing right now, guys. I'm running a little bit more of my offense at the high school I'm coaching at, so I gotta, this was my last hoorah before that, and I'm gonna really be locked into coaching for the year, and then Cowboys football, obviously. So yeah, feel free, guys, to you know add any comments, any questions, and we can talk it out. So do I think Turner can take one of these wide receiver jobs? Probably not. Probably practice squad. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think so. I think that the chemistry with these guys that Dak has is something that you can tell that they're not going to miss a beat. So I unless there's some major injuries and stuff that go on, I can't see it. Uh, Terrence Conner, say Kelvin Joseph. We talked about Kelvin a little bit earlier. We talked about how he played a little bit of slot with the ones yesterday. How he's been playing on the outside with the twos. So, they're going to bring him along. And we already know, look, this is what I've been saying for a long time. And you guys can quote me on saying it. And I was saying it throughout the draft build up. How I didn't really want a corner with the number 10 pick because I thought that the top five corners in the draft were so close to each other that you can get one guy in the second round or maybe the third. We got him in the second. Kelvin Joseph was in that equation. Kelvin Joseph was my number five corner in the draft. So he's just as good as Horn and Sertan and those guys. He's just as competitive as those guys. And you're going to see it. You're definitely going to see it. So I look forward to seeing more of him and how it plays out. Like, more, hopefully the Cowboys do more training camp lives come forward. That's something that, like I said, the Dallas Cowboys have the best media coverage for training camp in the world, and then you're going to add Hard Knocks on top of it. So it's going to be pretty cool. Did I hear the craziness about DeAndre Hopkins possibly retiring and Chandler Jones requesting a trade? No, I haven't. So the Cardinals just falling apart like that, huh? I hope they do because Kyler Murray has a lot of things to say about us early on, and while I agree with his childhood and how we've been technically ass over his childhood, we still owe him an ass whooping. So hopefully everything does fall apart for that team by the time we get to Kyler Murray and we whoop his ass. We got anything else, guys? If not, man, I got to get ready to. Oh wait, the Reaper says to think Horn and Sertan had years of experience and Joseph had like 15 games. He's already as good as them. Yeah, absolutely, and he's only going to get better with experience. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I got to get ready to board a plane. I wanted to, again, go live, do this more often. We're going to address practice schedules or what happens at practice, some of the notes, some of the things that I can compare. We can go back and forth. We can talk. And, you know, I'm really, really loving this training camp coverage. I'm really loving what I'm seeing from the team. So I appreciate everybody for getting on. Peace.